I'm Dr. Carey Heller, or Coach Carey, as the kids like to call me. So, one of the things that I work a lot with kids on is frustration tolerance, helping them to navigate with sports in particular, the idea of navigating if, let's say, there's a call by an umpire or referee that a child doesn't feel like it's fair, that called it a strike when it really looked like a ball. And some kids have a hard time navigating that, are going to get very upset and get very overwhelmed by emotions and then don't want to play anymore or throw their bat or do something else. In soccer, I don't know, it's a little hard. There's less equipment around probably to throw than baseball. But the idea is that, kids can get very frustrated easily, get very overwhelmed by emotions, and then for some kids, they have a hard time regrouping right away. And so that's one of the things that I work a lot with kids on. And in addition to that, these skill sets are really important, not just for sports, but really for life. So navigating stress, anxiety, frustration with things with school, stuff at home. So the idea especially is that if you have a child who's having these challenges in sports, most of the time these things probably carry over into some other capacity or they carry over to some degree, at least at school, maybe and at home. So the idea is really, if sports are a better buy-in for your child, we can work on this stuff through sports, but then really ultimately translate that into working on stuff at school and home as well. Just putting that out there because the frustration tolerance is a really crucial component for life. And if your child is having a hard time with sports because of it, we can work on that. But if they're having a hard time with it in school and life, we also can work on that. But if they're not as receptive to doing it to start, if sports is the buy-in, use that to help them to then translate this stuff into other areas as well of their life.